Yeah, I look even worse on camera. What's up, everybody? It is Chimpso here. Sorry that I look like a serial rapist at the moment. I got my head shaved, but I haven't shaved my beard yet. It's detransition, slow detransition from full head of hair and full beard to nothing. So, got to take it one step at a time. I don't normally make videos like this, where I just talk about my opinion on something. Mostly because I don't think many people care. If I was going to make something like this, I'd put it on like a second channel or something. But I did want to make this video because there's something on my mind that I want to talk about. For those of you who don't know, there's been like a big drama thing on the YouTubes with Burtgasm. He's like a Minecraft YouTuber. I don't know. I don't watch him. And he appeared on Drama Alert having a debate with Sky Williams, who I'm sure a lot of you know, big league YouTuber, and a guy who I do watch and a guy who I find very entertaining. Basically, Burtgasm made a Minecraft video where, like, I don't know, I haven't watched the full video, but he did, had something to do with it was like a school series in Minecraft where, like, they roleplay a school series, and in this video, there was he did like a school shooting thing. Whatever, typical edgy shit on YouTube. Happens all the time, whatever. But apparently this is a big deal for some reason. I don't know why. I'm no stranger to the internet, I'm no stranger to YouTube, I'm no stranger to comedy, I'm no stranger to edginess. This isn't really news or even that relevant to me. So, for some reason, yes, I have a tooth. I need to get that fixed. Fucking hell. Even worse on camera. Anyways, yeah, I don't see how this is a big deal. But apparently it is. And Sky Williams and this Burtgasm guy appeared on an episode of Drama Alert, which is a show run by Keemstar. Once again, I don't watch all that much. I do watch it on occasion where there's like big drama going around and I just want to see what the deal is. But there was like a debate that they had on there. And I just wanted to give my 2 cents on that debate because I think that Sky Williams... Look, mate, I love you, but you said some really stupid shit in that debate. So, I just want to give my 2 cents on that. As somebody who is a YouTuber, albeit a very small and not very popular YouTuber, what, I'm almost at 7,000 subs now. Not much, but I sort of know what it's like to have an audience. And I've watched YouTubers for years and years, and I've studied YouTubers. It's one of the reasons why I managed to be, mildly successful on YouTube, because I studied what YouTubers do and how they do it. So I sort of know how they operate. So I wanted to give my 2 cents on what this whole situation, and specifically what you were saying, because you made your main point in that debate was sort of, when you upload a video, you said, like, I'm pretty sure I'm quoting you here, you said, when you hit upload, it's no longer about you, it's about your fans. And you kept going on about how he had a responsibility as somebody who uploaded a Minecraft video to not explore these adult themes, because kids watch Minecraft videos. Now, I think that this is just the most stupid fucking thing you could possibly say. And let me explain why. I'm not just going to sit here and call you an idiot. I don't think you're an idiot. I still enjoy your content. I'm still going to watch your content. I find you entertaining. Just because I disagree with you doesn't mean I don't like you. But I think you did say some stupid shit. And even if I like someone, I am going to say what I think about them if they say stupid shit. Now, before I start, I want to read an excerpt from a YouTuber called The Amazing Atheist. Now, a lot of you probably know who he is. A lot of you probably hate him. I love him. If you don't like that, that's fine. But I'm a big fan of him, been a fan of him for many years. He definitely shaped my emotional development growing up, which I know, once again, has many of you worried, but he made me into the person I am today, basically, watching him. He released a book, or he released one of his earliest books that he released, because he wrote a few books. He had this to say right at the beginning, and I just want to read it out, because I think this basically sums up my entire thought process and my entire point when I address what Sky says in this regard. So here he goes. It says, "A brief letter to my fans. It's fairly safe to say that I'm an asshole. I make no secrets of my petty and spiteful nature, nor do I feel any inclination to improve my personality in the near future. In this age, whether you're a famous movie star with millions of fans or just some guy who rants on YouTube for an audience of a few thousand, people build illusions of you in their minds, convince themselves that they know and understand you. Worse, they come to the belief that because they are supportive of the work you produce, you are in some way obligated to them. I owe you nothing. You don't watch my videos out of some sense of charity. You watch them to be amused, enlightened, or perhaps even just to mock me. Even now, I owe you nothing. But I bought your book, you protest in your nasally, whiny voice, tears oozing from the dull, cowl-like orbs of your eyes. Yes, you gave me money, and in return, I gave you a book. Transaction over. Now, you talk about how YouTubers, it's all about the fans. You have to make it all about the fans. I'm going to sit here and tell you that is the #1 way for any entertainer to become absolutely miserable. And I don't mean to, I don't mean to be rude to you or anything, but I can see it in your tweets, and, you're very insecure about the videos you make, Sky. You are. And I think this is why. Because I always wondered, like, why is Sky Williams why is he so afraid? Why is he so afraid of doing things? Why is he always like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work, sorry if it doesn't. I'm just thinking, like, just do what you want to do, man. Do what you want to do. It's your YouTube channel. You're a funny guy. I find you fucking hilarious. I love your content. Just make content. Don't worry about what people want. Just do you. People will watch you for you. I do what I do. I don't do what I do for my fans. I do what I do because I love doing it. I love making videos. It's something I enjoy doing. Would I be nothing without my fans? Absolutely. But my fans don't watch me because they feel sorry for me, because they think, oh, without me, this guy's nothing, so I better watch him. No, they watch me because they find me entertaining, or they find me informative, or they like my fucking accent, or my hair. Sorry to disappoint any of you. People watch me because they like my content. That's the end. And, if they don't like my content, they have no reason to watch anymore, and they'll unsubscribe, and they'll stop watching me. You're a YouTuber with over 500,000 now? Last time I checked, you were over 500,000. I'm probably completely wrong, but you're a massive YouTuber, Sky. You have a lot of fans. I would fucking kill someone for your fans right now. Like, seriously. Stop worrying about what they want, because you're going to be miserable if you do that. Worry about what you want. Do what you want to do with your channel, okay? Stop making it all about your fans. You're going to be miserable if you do that. But anyways, that's one point I wanted to make. So because it's what I notice you do a lot. And like, I'm not trying to patronize you or anything, man. I love your content. I'm gonna keep saying this because I don't want to just people to think that I'm just some guy who hates Sky Williams and Sky Williams with a D. No, I'm not one of those fucking Reddit fucktards who are invariably on any of your Reddit threads saying that shit. I'm not. I really like what you do, and I think you're a great guy. But I think that your performance in this debate was borderline SJW. It's borderline social justice warrior. It's okay, look, I'll sort of ranted a bit here, so I'm gonna just refresh myself with the debate, and I'm gonna come back after watching it again, and I'm gonna address your point specifically. Okay, it turns out that Mr. Repsion actually commented on the video. For those of you who don't know Mr. Repsion, he's another YouTuber in like sort of similar vein to the Amazing Atheist he's different, but he's sort of similar. Don't really watch him that much, but damn, he makes some pretty good points here. Look, let me just talk to you about this whole kids thing, because you keep going on about, oh, the children, the innocent children. I mean, I'm of the George Carlin opinion of fuck the children, like, forget them. We should not build our society around children, otherwise you get this social justice warrior hypersensitivity shit. But, look, when I was 6, 7, 8, I was playing fucking Grand Theft Auto all day, mate. I love that game. When I was 9, 10, I watched Scarface, I watched all the R-rated movies. I had so much freedom as a kid, and I loved it. And, it's what basically allowed me to be who I want to be. And I'm not some fucking, murderous, psychopathic drug abuse. I mean, I don't even drink. I don't drink. I gamble, not often, but I do. The only bad thing is, I mean, I guess I swear a lot, but I don't really consider that a bad thing at all. Kids react different ways to different things, and it's really up to the parents what they want their kids to do. You go on and on about how, as a Minecraft YouTuber or making Minecraft content, Bert has some sort of obligation to make it safe for work or safe for children. No, he fucking doesn't, Sky. He simply does not. He does not have a responsibility to his fans, okay? You're basically turning into Jack Thompson here when you say he has a responsibility. He has a no, no, he doesn't, Sky. He really doesn't. Okay, just like Marilyn Manson didn't have any responsibility for the Columbine shooting. Just like, Grand Theft Auto doesn't have any responsibility for fucking, people who play their games and do crazy shit. Just like Doom didn't have any responsibility. The creators of Doom didn't have any responsibility for the fucking Columbine shootings. They don't. If somebody does something, they do it because they wanted to do it. They didn't do it because somebody told them to, or they thought it would be cool. Okay, well, maybe they do it because they thought it would be cool. But once again, it's not the responsibility of people who create content for the actions of their fans. It just isn't. Okay? I don't see how you could possibly argue with this, okay? And yes, people are just being needlessly offended by this. Bert made a point where he said, look, most of the people who dislike that video aren't my fans. And, you're just like, oh, no, they're not. But, okay, I'm going to go on to Bert's channel here. Let's look at his two latest videos. So his latest video is that one, the school shooting one. And we'll go to the one before that. So the one before that, episode 19, has 1,075 likes, 141 dislikes. So 1,075 likes, okay? School shooting, 1,261 likes. So it actually has more likes than that other video, but it has way more dislikes. The point I'm trying to make is, I'm sure a lot of his fans who just enjoyed the video, liked the video, as they normally would. And then this drama shit came along and suddenly you got thousands of dislikes. I don't disagree with him when he says my fans, or a lot of my fans, liked the video. Sure, a lot of them probably didn't. And sure, it might have been in bad taste, but that's irrelevant, Bad taste, okay, if you don't like it, don't watch it, unsubscribe from him, like he said. But the point is, he's right when he says a lot of this negative attention comes from people who are being hypersensitive and blowing this up everywhere else. I'm not somebody who thinks that nothing is sacred to me. If you want to make a joke out of something, because it helps a lot of people cope, if you want to just make a joke out of something because you're an asshole, you should be able to do it. And it should be up to other people to say, look, I don't like that, I'm not going to watch it. It shouldn't be up to the content creator to say, oh, I have a responsibility to my fans to be responsible. And no, it isn't. It's the responsibility of people watching to say, I don't like this. Yeah, okay, kids watch it, okay? Parents should monitor what their kids do online if that's the case. I mean, I don't agree with that. I think that, kids should have some degree of freedom online. But, it's the parents' issue. It should not be a content creator's issue to, cater to a specific age group unless that's their specific shtick, unless there's a kids-only channel where you're making content specifically for kids. But as Bert says, the main demographic of his channel is like, what, 25 to 34 or something? Older people who watch that stuff. So, it's very, incorrect. It's social justice warrior-esque, and it's incorrect to say that you have to do things only for your fans, and you have to be responsible to your fans. Bullshit. All you have to do as a content creator is make content that you enjoy, and that you like doing, and if it's interesting enough, if the content you make is interesting enough, if you're interesting enough, people will watch you. That's all there is to it. And if you suddenly turn into a dick that, is completely unlikable, people aren't going to watch you anymore. That's all there is. That's all there is to it, okay? Your philosophy of, it's got to be all about the fans, it's got to be all about the fans, is bullshit. And it's just a clear path to misery. It really is. In this sort of industry, it really is, okay? The best YouTubers that I've seen are YouTubers who don't give a fuck about their fans and just do what they want to do. Okay, let me give you two examples. Once again, I'll use The Amazing Atheist because it's very applicable here. I'll use The Amazing Atheist and an old Call of Duty YouTuber who I used to watch back in my COD days a couple of years back. He was called iFlyLiner. I don't know if he's come back or anything, but basically both of these YouTubers were involved in a sex scandal, whatever. The Amazing Atheist shoved a banana up his ass and did some kinky shit on video, whatever. And iFlyLiner was, screen capped being on Chatterbait or something, jacking off. I don't know. It was a long time ago. But the way these two YouTubers reacted was completely different. Both of these YouTubers, a massive storm. Scandal all over the place for both of these YouTubers. The Amazing Atheist reacts by releasing a video called Banana Gate 2011. Okay, go watch that video right now if you haven't already, where it basically says, yeah, it was me, I did it, I enjoyed it, wasn't meant to be public, you don't like it, fuck off. And he's still here now. He's got 750,000 subscribers now. He's probably the biggest atheist YouTuber on YouTube. What did I Fly Lano do? Shut his channel down. Disappeared from the internet. Why? Why? Because maybe he cared too much about what his fans thought. Maybe he was just so embarrassed and he thought that he could never deliver the same sort of content and get the same amount of love from his fans ever again. Not knowing that, you know, give it 1 or 2 weeks and it will blow over. And that's exactly what's going to happen with this controversy here. It's not even going to be 1 or 2. It's going to be 1 or 2 days, and people are going to forget about this. Bert's going to release his next video. It's going to have a bit more dislikes because people are still salty. Then the next video is going to be back to normal again. He knows that. I know that. I mean, you cannot not know that if you're a big YouTuber like you are, Sky. And Keemstar knows that. They know that. Okay? And, you know, you keep going on about another thing. You say, you know, he trivializes it. You know, it's trivializing this thing. I used to be a big fan of Hitler parodies back in the day. You know, Hitler rants about this, does sort of like that. You know, great stuff. I used to love those things. One of the complaints that apparently this Jewish organization responded to it, and they said basically, we don't like these videos. We think they trivialize the Holocaust. Well, fuck you then. It doesn't matter what you think. You think it trivializes this. That's not the point of them. Okay? The point of them is just to be entertained by watching Hitler rant about how he got banned from Xbox Live. Look, you keep going on about how this trivializes things, how it does this, it does that. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Being offended is a choice, okay? As soon as you realize that, hey, I'm offended by something. Oh, wait, I'm offended by something. I'm offended by something. Wow, I can just not be offended. I can just not watch this stuff. I can just ignore this stuff. I can just say, fuck it. I'm not going to have anything to do with this guy. You can even say, hey, fuck this guy on Twitter. That's fine. But don't tell him he can't do this. Don't tell him he can't upload what he wants to upload. He can upload whatever the fuck he wants. Okay? He can delete all his videos tomorrow and say, I'm not doing YouTube anymore. And, yeah, he'll be gone. But he has a service to his fans, doesn't he? No, he doesn't. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. I can do whatever the hell I want. If I decided tomorrow that my YouTube channel is going to be about, I don't know, fluffy kittens going down slippery dips, I could do that. No one's going to watch me. Everyone's going to unsubscribe and no one's going to care, but I can do it. Actually, the Reddit crowd might like that, but it doesn't matter. That's beside the point. I can do whatever the hell I want on my YouTube channel. If I decided I'm not going to main Singe anymore, I'm going to main Katarina, and I'm going to upload Katarina videos all day, I can do that. Oh, but all your fans watch you for Singe, so what? Obviously, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to main Katarina. But, you know, if the day came where I would change mains and I stopped playing Singed, which is nowhere near soon because I don't think that's going to happen. I love Singe too much. Then, yeah, I would say, guys, I got a new main. I want to play this champion now. And if you don't like it, you can leave. And I respect your right to. You know, you don't watch me if you don't want to watch me. Don't watch Bird if you don't want to watch him. But, you know, Bert's subscriber count is not going to have any impact on this. This is a localized controversy, and it's not going to go anywhere. But yeah, I mean, that's just what I want to say. Look, you know, I can agree with you, you know, when you say, okay, maybe Bert's a view whore. Okay, fair enough, you know. He's an attention whore. All YouTubers are attention whores, you know. That's fine. I'm an attention whore. You know, you don't do this sort of thing without being an attention whore. You know, as long as you don't become a drama whore, like, you know, Nazis or something like that, where your only thing is drama. I mean, I guess Keemstar does that as well, but I can understand his point of view. You know, he just tries to bring light to it. He doesn't really talk about it all that much. He just reports on it, I guess. But, yeah, you know, he can do what he wants. I agree with him when he says people are being oversensitive. I agree with him when he says... I think that his defense, he's being, like, he's defending the wrong thing. Oh, this stuff happens in real... But shut up, man. You know, just say, I wanted to do it, so I did it. And if you don't like it, don't watch. That's what I would say. I'm like, if you think that I'm an abhorrent dickhead for doing this, and you don't like what I'm doing, don't watch me. Just unsubscribe. Stop watching. It's just, you know, you have that right. And I would respect that right. You know, I personally think that, you know, people should be able to look past disagreement. You know, I disagree vehemently with what Sky Williams said in that debate. But I'm still going to watch his content. I still find him entertaining. Just 'cause I disagree with him doesn't mean I don't like him. I just think it was a very stupid thing to say, and I think that, once again, this is the problem with you, Sky. You have this notion that it's all about your fans. No, man, it's about you. This is your YouTube channel. You do what you want to do. Okay, fans say they don't like it. Okay, well, maybe change things up a little bit if that's how you feel. But do what you want to do. Okay? I can barely stand to look at your Twitter feed anymore because all you do is complain. And yeah, you admit that you're insecure, but the reason why you are is because you're so concerned with what others are thinking about you. And, you know, I feel you, man. I really do. And like I said, I like you. I like your content. I like you as a person. So it makes me sad to see it like this. I know I'm just some dumb fuck with, under 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, but look, man, I really think that you need to have a different outlook on the whole YouTubing thing. And I know that seems ridiculous, someone like me saying that to someone like you. But, I think subscriber counts are relevant here. I think it's more of a psychology thing. You really need to try and get out of the habit of thinking that YouTubers have to do everything that they do for their fans. No, I do this for myself. I do this because I love doing it. And if people are entertained by it, that's great. I love it. I love that people are entertained. I want to make people entertained. I want people to enjoy what I make. So I make good shit, and people watch it because it's good shit. Well, I mean, I guess some people would disagree with that, but I try and make it as best as I can. I try to, make quality content, and people watch me for that. People don't watch me because out of some sense of charity. They watch me because they enjoy what I do. And I enjoy what I do as well. Why have it any other way? It seems that what you're doing, okay, is that you don't enjoy what you're doing, but other people do. That's no way to run a YouTube channel, man. That's no way to run an entertainment business. There's no way to be an entertainer, okay? You're a great fucking guy. You've got amazing charisma. Do what you want to do. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. Sorry about this, guys. I know this is not something I normally make, but I really wanted to talk about this. I think it's really relevant to YouTubing. YouTubing as a whole. I think it was a very interesting debate. I think this guy is pretty much wrong on, every level. I don't agree with him. I don't agree with a lot of what Bert says either, but I think he's in the right here. I think that he can do whatever the hell he plans to do. Whatever the hell he wants to do with his own YouTube channel. And that, no, he does not have a responsibility to, the 12s in his audience who watch him. He doesn't have a responsibility to his fans. He can do whatever he wants. The only time, in my opinion, a YouTuber ever has responsibility for, to their fans is if they ask their fans for money for a specific purpose, then they should be expected to deliver on that. Okay, just general donations, no responsibility there. You want to donate to someone, that's fine. But if YouTuber wants to say, like, hey, I'm financing, a trip to, a convention where I'm going to appear on a panel, and then they, fundraise that money and don't go to the convention. Yeah, I do think you have a responsibility, because if you're taking money off people for a specific purpose, you do. But that's the only time. Nothing else. Anyways, I'll stop ranting and I'll finally take a sip of water. I'll catch you on the next video. Have a great day, guys. Once again, Sky, love you. Just think about what I have to say. I know I might be irrelevant, but I think we can all learn something from this. I certainly did. But yeah, catch you on the next video, guys. Have a lovely day, and hopefully some more Singe next. See you later.